Hello, everyone. I just wanted to share a quick word with you today. I just want to talk to you about shacking up. So, shacking up is living with someone that you're not married to. The Bible calls it fornication, and so the old people call it shacking up. And so, I just wanted to let you know that if you're out here living together with someone that you are not married to, then that is a sin. um, it's for fornication is a sin. The Bible says that fornicators shall not see the kingdom of heaven. And I'm guilty. Like I used to live with my husband and I lived together before we were married. And so, and the thing is, I knew better. I've been a born again Christian for a long time, just since I was a child, and I know the laws, right? And I knew that it wasn't right, but at the time, we were in college, like we were going to college. We ended up having a baby, and so at the time, it was like beneficial for us to go to school and to live together. And I just thank the Lord for having, grace and giving me grace and having mercy on me, because I know that had I died in that time, that I will be spending my eternity, in hell, because the Bible does say that fornicators shall not see the kingdom of heaven. And so I'm so thankful for the grace. Like, everybody don't have the opportunity to have that grace, but not only just the kingdom, not being able to see the kingdom. You allow the enemy to attack you. You allow them access into your life, because you've opened up this door. And when I tell you that I was under attack the entire time, that we were living together, it's like I couldn't find peace. Like, I just couldn't find peace. It's like everywhere I turned, there was always something, like it was just always something. I could not find peace, and it's because I knew that it was wrong. And then, even when I would try to be like, well, I'm gonna change up some things, it didn't work. It seemed like the enemy was more on me because of what I was doing. And it was nothing really I could do about it, because I allowed the enemy access. I chose to live this lifestyle, and I knew that it was wrong. Like, I knew, like, I had conviction, like I really did. But at the time, it was like, that conviction wasn't strong enough for me to do, to change it up. And also, my husband and I, we both were on the same page. Like, we knew that it wasn't right, and we always wanted to have, like, the wedding of our dreams. And we wanted to wait until we finished college and get all of our things together and then get married. And so we would pray together. We know that it was wrong. Like, we really knew that it was wrong, but we would pray together. But sin is sin. You can pray and pray for forgiveness, but if you're still waddling in it, you're just waddling in it. It's no excuse for it. But I just thank the Lord for having showing us grace and mercy. I believe that He knew our hearts, that maybe while we had the grace and the mercy that we did have, and as soon as we were able, we cleaned it up. We cleaned the sin up in our lives, and it's just like, I know that it may not be your intention to shack up or to be in fornication, and it happens, right? But then it continues to happen over and over, again. Or it's like focus on we need to focus on the Lord and helping us and showing us the way, so we can remove this out of our lives. And if you're with people that you've been with, and they're not ready for marriage, then you may have to reevaluate your relationship, because nobody's worth me going to hell, right? Nobody's worth you going to hell either. And it's like, you have to look at your whole situation, to see where you are going to spend your eternity based on the decisions you have. And then also, with these decisions that you have made, how they're going to affect your life. If there was any obstacle that could come up, it was coming up, when I was living in sin. And I remember I had read this book, and the book was designed to get people that were sinners saved. And I remember reading the book, And I just felt like I knew that I needed to do something different, right? And I could feel, I was running up the stairs one day. I was just praising the Lord, praising, worshiping the Lord, and I was running up the stairs. I felt like I could feel something chasing me, like it spooked me, because I could feel it like chasing me. And I don't know that if that's, what it was, but something was just chasing me, like it was trying to get me or to keep me. But I was scared. Like I was scared. I had called my first lady, and she prayed with me. And it was because I knew that what I was doing wasn't right. Like I knew that my living situation wasn't right, and and we needed to make a change, and we were just waiting for a time. Like it was truly in our hearts. My wedding was really special, and I mean everyone's wedding is really special, but the planning and everything was like truly truly special, because we already knew like we were getting married. We already knew that, like we literally planned the wedding. He hadn't even proposed yet. He literally proposed 6 weeks before the wedding, but we were already planning and purchasing, and we had the date, and we had everything set, like it was, because we already knew that it was about to take place. We already had our plan in place. We already had our counseling in place. Like, we had pre-counseling before we even moved in together. We had, counseling before we got ready to get married. We had all of those things in place because we knew that we were going to get married, and we literally got everything situated within 6 months. Like literally 6 months it took us to get everything situated. But I just wanted to share that with you. Like, none of us are perfect. We are not perfect at all. God knows that we make mistakes, and it's like He's going to look at your heart. But if you are living in sin, if you are fornicating, if you are living with someone, if you are cohabitating with someone that you are not married to, even if you're sleeping in a different room, it is still considered as fornication. God did not intend for us to live or cohabitate with people that we're not married to. So you want to clean up the sin in your life, so you can make it right with God, and live a more pleasing life, for Him. I know people, in my life that I know that have been together for a long time. Like I know people like in my family, they've been together like since I was a child, probably even before I was born, and they, passed away and they never got married, and it's like, man, like what is that? Like I don't even know what that is. It's like, if you have decided to be with someone, do you love them enough to say that you're committed to them? This is the mate that you choose, right? Because if this is not the mate that you choose, then you may need to move away, get away from them. It's not worth you risking your salvation, just to live with someone that probably doesn't value you enough to marry you, or feel like they have so many ends to tie. And a lot of people's like, well, why don't y'all just go to the courthouse? Why don't y'all just go do this? Well, I didn't want to go to the courthouse, I really didn't. And I know a lot of people like that didn't or don't want to go to the courthouse either to get, married. Something we did, and I don't know that we kind of dedicated ourselves to the Lord together. Although we didn't get married, we didn't go to the courthouse. We had we did communion. We talked to the Lord. We dedicated ourselves to one another before the Lord, and just to give us grace until we were able to have our finances together to have the wedding that we wanted. And I just, whatever the case may be, whether that was pleasing to the Lord or not, I don't know. But I do thank the Lord for His grace and His mercy. Like everybody's not so, blessed to be able to make it through something and survive. So we don't know what tomorrow brings. Like I didn't know, if I was going to wake up, each and every day. Like, I don't know. I can't tell the future. But I just thank Him for His grace, and I love the Lord. Like I've always loved the Lord. I've had a great relationship with the Lord since I was a child. I remember when I was a little bitty kid, maybe like 4 years old, I used to have conversations with the Lord in my bedroom, just talking to the Lord like I'm literally talking to you all right now. And just, I know the Lord knew my heart, and I just thank Him for His grace and His mercy. But I just wanted to share that word with you today. I'm not going to keep you all long. And I will continue to be in prayer for all of you all out there. And, you continue to be in prayer for, each other, and pray for yourself, and pray that the Lord leads you and guides you and send you someone that he wants you to have, and help you get out of your situations if you're stuck in it. Just put it on the Lord, and if you're a female, I know you can't make someone marry you, right? If they haven't proposed to you yet, you can't make them marry you. They gotta want to marry you. So you just pray, to the Lord, and ask the Lord to lead them, and work on their heart, whatever it is that they need, to fix. And then if they're not, on that path, then maybe you have to reevaluate your life and move forward. So thanks again for tuning in. You be blessed. And we will see you on the next video.